Welcome back to the channel everyone. Today we're diving deep into the much anticipated 2026 Kawasaki Vulcan 2000, a machine that's been making waves in the cruiser world with its bold updates, powerful engineering, and unmistakable style. Whether you're a lifelong Kawasaki fan or just curious about what the next generation of heavyweight cruisers looks like, you're going to want to stick around as we walk through every detail. From its striking design to what it feels like to sit in the saddle and open up the throttle. Starting right from the moment you see the 2026 Vulcan 2000 parked in front of you, it's impossible not to be drawn in by its imposing presence. Kawasaki has pushed the design further than ever this year, retaining the muscle cruiser stance but refining the details to look both aggressive and modern. Up front, you're greeted by a bold, oversized LED headlight that's perfectly framed by thick, muscular forks. The headlight housing itself has been reshaped to flow seamlessly into the sculpted front fender, which hugs the massive front wheel tightly, emphasizing the Vulcan's road-dominating character. When you move to the side profile, the story gets even better. The Vulcan 2000 continues to wear its legendary name with pride, featuring a massive V-twin engine that becomes the centerpiece of the bike's silhouette. The cooling fins have been redesigned for 2026, giving the engine a sharper and more technical look while still retaining the classic air-cooled vibe that cruiser fans love, even though it's actually liquid-cooled. The exhaust system is also all new, with sweeping dual pipes that now finish with blacked-out tips, adding an extra touch of attitude. The fuel tank has grown slightly in capacity, now with smoother lines and subtle new badging that keeps things clean and elegant without shouting too loudly. At the back, the changes continue with a reshaped rear fender that's more sculpted than before, flowing naturally over the wide rear tire. The taillight is now a sleek LED strip that keeps the rear looking modern and minimalist. Kawasaki has chosen to tuck the license plate mount lower this year, which not only cleans up the back end but also emphasizes that muscular tire. The seat itself has been refined too, with slightly more padding and new stitching patterns that blend comfort with style. Climbing onto the Vulcan 2000, you immediately notice the cockpit has been updated for modern riders while keeping true to the cruiser roots. The wide handlebars are still there, but Kawasaki has integrated a new digital analog hybrid instrument cluster that combines a classic analog speedometer with a small color display. This display shows gear position, fuel range, riding mode, and even turn-by-turn navigation when paired with Kawasaki's smartphone app. The switchgear has been redesigned to feel more premium, with backlit buttons that make night rides easier. Ergonomically, the seat remains low and wide, giving that classic cruiser feel where you sit deep in the bike rather than on top of it. The foot controls are still forward-mounted, perfect for those long highway cruises, and there's just enough back support built into the seat to make extended rides comfortable without needing an aftermarket sissy bar right away. But of course, a Vulcan is all about the ride, and the 2026 model doesn't disappoint. At the heart of it all is Kawasaki's legendary 2053cc V-twin engine, which in this new model has been fine-tuned to deliver even smoother power delivery across the rev range. Kawasaki claims peak torque arrives slightly earlier than before, making roll-on acceleration effortless whether you're riding solo or two-up. The sound is deep and rumbling, thanks to the revised exhaust, but it never becomes harsh or annoying on longer rides. Riding around town, the Vulcan feels surprisingly manageable for such a big bike. The clutch action is lighter this year thanks to Kawasaki's updated assist and slipper clutch, which helps in stop-and-go traffic. The new riding modes allow you to choose between a more relaxed touring mode, a sportier setting for twisty roads, and even a rain mode that softens throttle response for tricky conditions. It's impressive how Kawasaki has blended modern technology into a machine that still feels raw and mechanical in all the right ways. On the highway, the Vulcan 2000 really comes into its own. The sheer torque means you can leave it in top gear and cruise effortlessly, overtaking slower traffic without needing to downshift. The suspension setup remains fairly firm to handle the bike's weight, but Kawasaki has added slightly more travel to the rear shocks, improving comfort on rougher roads. Wind protection is minimal by design, but Kawasaki offers an optional quick-release windshield for riders who plan on longer trips. When it comes to price, Kawasaki has kept things competitive. The 2026 Vulcan 2000 starts at around $19,999 in the US market, which is impressive given the size of the engine, the updates to technology, and the refinements in design. There are several color options this year, from classic black to a striking deep red and even a matte metallic gray that gives it a stealthier vibe. Optional accessories like saddlebags, backrests, and performance exhaust upgrades allow owners to customize the bike to their riding style. For riders thinking about ownership costs, Kawasaki has designed the Vulcan to be relatively straightforward to maintain. The valve service intervals are generous, and the new belt drive system is built for longevity with minimal maintenance compared to older chain setups. Fuel economy isn't class-leading, but given the size of the engine and the style of riding, most owners will find the trade-off worth it for the sheer enjoyment of that massive V-twin. In summary, The 2026 Kawasaki Vulcan 2000 is everything a flagship cruiser should be: bold, powerful, comfortable for long rides, and packed with enough modern technology to make everyday use practical without sacrificing character. It keeps the raw spirit that cruiser fans love but refines it in ways that genuinely matter when you're out on the road. Whether you're upgrading from an older Vulcan or stepping into the world of heavyweight cruisers for the first time, it's a machine that commands respect and delivers a ride you won't forget. Thanks so much for joining us for this in-depth look at the 2026 Kawasaki Vulcan 2000. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you ride this beast, or do you prefer something a bit smaller? Until next time, ride safe and see you out there on the open road.